Rejection sucks. It absolutely does not feel good to be rejected and to hear no when we honestly really wanted something. Now, rejection happens when our courage and our vulnerability is met with disappointment. We were courageous enough to be honest with ourselves and to say, hey, I really, really want this thing. I want to go after this. Deep within my heart, this is what I desire. And our vulnerability is displayed when we bring our desire to a person, to a group, or an organization, and we say, this is my desire, and I'm putting it before you. And at that point, the ball isn't in our court anymore. People have the ability to accept or reject us. And when we get rejected, we're met with disappointment. And rejection will either do one or two things in your life. It will paralyze your ambition, because rejection will remind you how bad it hurt the last time you were vulnerable and you were met with that disappointment. And rejection says, hey, remember the last time we were honest and vulnerable to those people or to that person and we were hurt. I don't want to experience that again. And our desires begin to be suppressed, and we are no longer honest with the things that we really want to achieve and accomplish in life. But if you don't allow rejection to take your ambition away from you, it will only make you more resilient. Rejection is only giving us feedback to help us see what we need to improve in ourselves to ultimately accomplish the goal that we want to accomplish. So the first thing that we need to do to better handle rejection is simply be grateful for it. Being grateful, I know, doesn't sound like the first thing that you need to be thinking about when you get rejected, but hear me out. Your rejection is a form of feedback, and all feedback is good feedback because it's giving us guidance and direction. And if we aren't calloused in our hearts, then we can truly hear what the feedback is telling us, and that feedback will help us to be better people. Is the feedback telling us that this isn't the right time, that it simply isn't a good match? Or is the feedback telling us that we need to be better? A lot of the times we internalize the feedback, and it's not meant for us to do that. We're triangles trying to fit ourselves into a square space, and when the square rejects us, we feel like something is wrong with us. But there's nothing wrong with us. We just weren't meant for that space. But sometimes the feedback is telling us, you weren't mature enough. You weren't prepared enough. You weren't skilled enough. And it's not telling us that we can't be those things. It's just saying that we weren't those things right now. So the second thing is get clarification. Find out exactly why that rejection occurred. Don't make up a narrative that makes us feel good or makes us feel bad. Get as much information as you possibly can and figure out exactly what happened. Was it this particular thing, or was it that particular thing? Was it the timing? Was it my approach? Was it my ambition that was off? Or, what was it that truly got me rejected? And if you go into that process of getting clarification with a grateful spirit, then whatever you receive will be a gift. And the third thing that we need to do to better handle rejection is come up with an action plan. After we're grateful and we get the feedback, come up with an action plan to make sure that the next time you go after whatever that thing was, you're prepared, that you're better the next time, and you're more skilled, and you're more knowledgeable, and you're more wise. You're in a better position to hear yes rather than the no that you heard last time. Are we learning from our past experiences? Because that's what they're meant to do. They're meant to teach us. They're meant to make us better. And when we experience success, we don't really ponder. We don't really wonder, why were we successful? We just keep on going. But when we experience rejection, it makes us think like, wow, what happened? What do I need to do? Let me go to the drawing board. Let me better myself. And that is the gift that rejection offers us. So don't internalize it. Don't allow it to make you sad and depressed, but allow rejection to empower you, to help you arrive at your ultimate level of success, getting you where you need to go.